the fucking fan on. It's a little bit warm, isn't it? Sweating me tits off here, and I love it. Oh my god. Alright, this one is so straightforward. Stop being a shady prick, alright? Stop hiding things. So basically where that comes from, and this is a very vulnerable one for me to make, but another relationship-based one. Stop being shady. Stop hiding things that you think are going to frustrate or annoy your partner. Because it's so obvious. It is so obvious. When you're hiding things, when you're trying not to let the other person in the relationship know the whole truth. It's so obvious, it's so easy to pick it. So generally speaking, it is much better to be upfront and honest about certain things as opposed to hiding it or not giving the full truth or lying entirely. So this is, it's a behavior that I used to display, primarily based around my cannabis use. So I've been using weed now for well over a decade, and fortunately these days I don't have to hide it because I am a legal patient, for anybody that's getting it twisted. But prior to that, I did enjoy having a smoke. Don't know whether it was purely recreational or if there were medicinal benefits to it as well. I believe the latter. But on occasions, recreationally, damn straight, I love getting a little bit high. Most of y'all enjoy getting pissed up. I like getting stoned. So that's what I enjoyed doing. But that used to be a problem in our relationship. So I always, because I enjoyed doing it, it's something I've done from day one of Sasha and I forming our relationship, but there were times where it did come up, and understandably so. It's an illegal, at the time, was an illegal substance and wasn't something that I should have been doing, legally speaking. But I enjoyed it. So of course I wanted to go out and get some weed every now and then. So I'd try and be a little bit sneaky about it. Maybe I'd withdraw $50 out of cash back instead, because this fucking numpty didn't realise that shows up separately on a statement. So I'd try and include it in the shopping, because she won't know then if I go and get myself a little bag of weed. Or I'd use cash instead, or I'd say that I don't know, I'd make up these not elaborate stories, but I'd be going out to meet up with a friend, and that friend is somebody that I would smoke with regularly. But I'd lead Sash to believe that, no, not tonight, nah. I'm just going to go and meet him and we're just going to chill out. But then miraculously, I'd come home high, and it was obvious, like that was always the intention, probably the only intention. And it was so obvious, and it would just cause much more of a divide in our relationship because I was being shady. I was lying about shit, which wasn't necessary. The right thing to do, at least in my opinion, is to talk about it, is to bring it to the surface. Unfortunately for us, that only came about when we started to have problems, and it was all because of me, because I was hiding shit. So the best thing now we found was to have spoken about it, explain why I want to do it, and understand the reasoning behind my desire to use cannabis, but from my point of view to also understand the reasoning behind Sasha's opinions on it. That was all we needed to do, and then we were on the same page and we could carry on from there. Stop being a shady prick. Stop hiding stuff. If you like having a smoke, if you like having a drink, if you like getting on the bags, if you like working out 15 times a day, if you like eating fucking packets and packets of bourbon biscuits or Zupa Dupas, if you like drawing for 8 or 9 hours of an evening, it doesn't matter, whatever the fuck it might be, bring that thing to the surface. Whatever your, I guess, guilty pleasure is or a vice, discuss it with your partner and be open and honest. Might be difficult because it might not be something that they're open to getting on board with or open to even discussing, and that can force you further into the wrong direction of being shadier and hiding stuff and all that sort of thing, which is not, again, the best way to do it. So you might not like the outcome of said conversation, but I believe it's better to have that conversation and get it out the way so that it can be addressed. The fucking computer's just died. So I've lost my notes, and they're on this phone and the laptop. On the phone I'm recording with. What a fucking numpty. Anyway, I think that pretty much covers it. Basically, stop being a shady prick. Be honest about the things that you're doing and enjoy doing, because it's just easier. Just be real, man. Do your best to keep it all the way 100, because it's the way it should be. And a fuck off now. Catch you next time.